Hey y'all, hey everybody. I know I said I was gonna come on about 11 o'clock, but I wanted to give everybody a chance to get in here, and plus I want to look for a place I can sit, hopefully in the shade. And not be bothered. But there's a lot to talk about today. Let me find myself a nice quiet spot. I think I found one right here. Beautiful dog. Yeah, same's mine. Anyways, this past couple of weeks or so is just want to make sure I'm not sitting near a bunch of goose shit. Oh, fuck. That sucks getting old. Just stalling for a time, trying to give everybody a chance to get in here. Because this is going to be more jawing than I want to, or than I like doing. Kind of gets me hungry around the mouth talking too much like this. But this is shit that needs to be talked about. Hey everybody. Give me a hi. What's up, Mickey Mouse? Dusty, what's up? Y'all want to stick around for this, and if you haven't yet, it helps me with the algorithms on stupid YouTube. Give me a thumbs up, say hi in the comment, and if you like my vibe, of course subscribe. Anyways, it's been a trying, there's enough people in here, been a trying couple of weeks. First, this Ukrainian woman that got stabbed on the train. That one really got me. I've been raised that a man doesn't put his hands on a woman in such a manner, in any type of ill-willed manner. Men should be men about their business, and one thing a man doesn't do is puts his hands on a woman. This sorry low-life son of a bitch and the fake news don't like covering it, and I might lose a lot of you guys in here. You're not gonna like what I gotta say at all. But you know what? I'm plain spoken. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say what I say. If it is a white man and that Ukrainian woman happened to be black, boy, oh boy, would that fake news be plastered all over the place and stirring the pot up for riots and fucked up protests that coming from the left is always going to be coupled with violence and destruction of property and all that other bullshit the left likes to do. But it was a deranged son of a bitch that some fucking judge let out. Here's my problem, and when I get to Charlie Kirk, you guys keep this in mind. Here's my problem with this shit. If I go into a store with a friend, and unbeknownst to me, what's up, Marco and Jessica? Unbeknownst to me, my friend steals something and walks out the store. On the way out, he gets busted, and I'm with him, and guess what I get? I get what he gets. I get busted too. Whether I knew about it or not. It's called, accomplice. Now this sorry low-life bastard that just for absolutely no reason just decided to get up and stab an innocent woman to death on a train. I've got some things to say about that too. This motherfucker was let out of jail 14 times for violent offenses. Wouldn't that make the judge complicit? So where's the fucking talk about the judge going to jail? You know when this leftist bullshit, this woke shit is gonna stop? Is not only when the perpetrator that does the shit, but everything else connected with him, including the damn corrupt judges that let him out to do this shit over and over and over again. Where's the talk? I know I'm not going to hear it from the left, but what about the right? What about our side? Where's the talk about questioning this fucking judge and her fucking motivation for letting an animal out the cage? You know what? If I had a rabid dog in a cage and I let that motherfucker out and he went and bit somebody, guess what? That dog gets put to sleep, but guess what fucking happens to me? I get fined and I go to jail. This bitch let this motherfucker, this sick son of a bitch out over and over and over again. What the fuck is going to happen to her? YouTube probably cut me off for this. And fuck you, YouTube, because I know you probably will. But I don't want this sorry son of a bitch to sit in jail and have 3 hots in a cot on my dime for the rest of his life. No. I tell you what I will be glad to pay for, though. A horse and a piece of rope and rental a cutoff point on a cobblestone street somewhere and drag his motherfucking ass until he don't breathe no more. That girl's death wasn't quick and fast and painless. She was stabbed repeatedly by this fucking monster. So after you get him, guess what? Get the second rope ready. Because the judge needs to fucking get dragged too. And then you know what? When you start doing this shit, you know what happens to that woke mentality? That bleeding heart liberal fucking mentality that these fucking dumbass judges? They'll say, oh shit, that can happen to me. I'd better not fuck around. But where's the fucking talk about the judge being accountable? You'd hold a motherfucker like me accountable. So is this administration in here, are they really different from what we've had in the past? Until everyone that is involved in this, clear down to the fucking judge that kept letting this animal out, until everyone involved with this is held accountable, this administration, just the same. Feathers of the same bird. Two different fucking feathers of the same bird. And then Charlie Kirk. And I know these events happened. Charlie's was a couple days ago. This woman's was a couple weeks ago, I think. And God forgive me, no disrespect meant to her or her surviving loved ones, if she's got any. I just had to really get my emotions checked. You know what? My dad would fucking slap the piss out of my... I talked sideways to my mom once, and it was an innocent question. But he perceived it as a smart-ass response. And you know what? I didn't eat fucking nothing but soup for a couple of weeks. My teeth were loose. I've been taught better. And for this son of a bitch to put his hands on somebody, and an innocent woman to boot, you know, back in the 1800s, we'll just say the whole 1800s, you'd get strung up just for accosting a woman. But now we got these animals doing whatever the fucking hell they want because we got all these liberal fucked in the head judges. These bleeding heart liberal judges that are rooting for the criminals and villainize the victims. There's the truth of the matter. Fuck the victims. This guy's mentally ill. Let's have some compassion for him. He learned this lesson. He didn't know what he was doing. That don't fucking fly here in the real world. See ya, bud. That don't fucking fly. And I had to really I really had to wait a while to get my emotions in check after that one. And just when I thought I was ready to take care of it, go live, talk about it, some fucking reason climbs on a roof and shoots dead Charlie Kirk. You know how many people loved that man? You know how many people, students, young folks, appreciated that man for setting them right in their thinking? All he did was debate. That's a form of free speech. Since when are we supposed to fear one another because of what comes out of our mouths? It's free speech. If you say fuck you to me, that's free speech. Now, I might fucking sock you in the mouth, but it's still free speech. This is goddamn America. What the fuck happened? Your feelings get hurt? I wouldn't. I haven't followed up on the story yet. I heard they got him in custody. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the motherfucker's hair was purple. And then you got these sick, demon-possessed, libtard bastards on TikTok, on X, on Instagram, doing celebration dances because a man, a father, a husband, a brother got shot, got killed for his First Amendment right. And it's not like he went to these campuses dogging people, being an asshole, being mean. This is a polite dude. He debated, but he debated like an adult. He let you say what you said, you gotta say. Then he said what he gotta say. It's called a debate. It's called being an adult. Hey, how you doing, Dusty? And some left-wing, numb-nutted, idiot, purple-haired son of a bitch climbs a roof and kills a man because his feeling got hurt. Buddy, you wouldn't want to be around me then. I hurt your feelings all day long, and I wish a motherfucker would. What the fuck is wrong with America nowadays? Good to be back, Dusty. What the fuck is wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong. Drop it down in the comments if you think we got a serious case of libtardism. You liberals, you call us fascists, you call us racist, you call us extremists, but our side isn't killing people for what they're saying. Our side isn't dividing people by race and color and religion and all that other bullshit. But we're the monsters, right? We're the extremists, right? You idiots on the left. You're lost in space. You'd best find Will Robinson to get you back down to earth. And to get on social media and dance and celebrate that a man for doing nothing but practicing his First Amendment right, which, by the way, you leftists are good at screaming that, but only when it suits you. Only when it suits you, but when it's us, no. We need to shut the fuck up, or we're racist, or we're anti-Semitic, and we're this and we're that. Hypocrites. And for you to get on your phones or your computers or whatever the fuck you're on and get on TikTok and X and all this other social media sites and do dances and celebrate and make fun of a man who was a father, who was a husband, who was somebody's son, who was somebody's brother, that his life got snuffed because some immature, purple-haired fuck got offended, got his feelings hurt. Seriously. Let's go back to the Ukrainian woman again. My kids are all grown now, but all three of them's taken this lesson to heart. And I believe this invention, earphones for your phone and your music devices and stuff like that while you're walking, while you're on the train, while you're on the bus, while you're out in public. No. God gave you eyes, God gave you ears, He gave you taste, He gave you touch, He gave you sight, nose for smell. Do not, cool Dusty, do not hinder those senses. They're there. God gave them to you for a reason. Pay attention constantly to your surroundings. And I'm not trying to dog this Ukrainian woman, but just think if she didn't have earphones on, maybe she would have heard this man stand up behind her. Maybe she would have been more situationally aware of what's going on. And he might have stank. Dirty son of a bitch like that. I wouldn't doubt if he never touched water in a while. Then this is for my president. Donald Trump. I'm going to ask you this, sir. Please, I'm going to ask you this. I support you. I believe you're the best thing that happened to this country in a while. I commend you for your intelligence. And an operation that's going on right now, you and those behind you, I'm in awe of the intelligence of what's going on behind the scenes. I understand what you're doing. I support you 99% except this one. So I'm going to ask you this, but I'm going to make a point first before I ask my question. On everything, 99% of the time I can agree with you, but the one thing you want me to do, you want me to back the blue. And I've fought with myself over and over again. When I got the right to travel and a cop pulls me over because I don't have a fucking seatbelt on, or wants to give me a ticket because I didn't go to the corner to cross the street, or I have to pay for a driver's license, I have to pay for insurance, and they took an oath to protect my right. But I don't know how many cops I've talked to that can't even quote me the first 5 amendment rights I have. How can they protect my rights when they don't know it? And because they don't know it, they violate it every day. How can I back that? And then I believe Charlie Kirk was a turning point for a lot of us. The line has been drawn. Crime is rampant. And how do I say this? I know what you're doing, but slow rolling this shit while people are still dying, while people are still hungry, while people are still homeless, while rights are still being violated on a daily basis. And with this crime shit ramping up, and these woke cops that are trained to enforce corporate laws, and that logo they have on all cop cars across America to protect and serve. Boy, that's deceptive. Because it's not to protect and serve the citizens. They're there to protect and serve the corporation. And I'm supposed to back that? But with that in mind, Mr. President, I'm asking you this. When's enough enough? When can we fight back? Without fear, without repercussion. Do you have our backs like we have yours? If I catch some dumb son of a bitch coming into my house, with ill tendencies, where the law says I can or cannot, he's going to leave that house in a very bad condition. Matter of fact, he'll probably still be laying outside the house when the cops come. But when they go to drag me out for protecting my home, do you have our backs, Mr. President? Because you want me to back the blue, but what if they come arrest me? Am I allowed to stand my ground with them? I don't want to fucking go to jail for doing something that I got a God-given right to do. Have our backs. I'm not trying to be a smartass. With all due respect, sir, it's a legitimate question. Do you have our backs? Are you going to tell that liberal judge, let him out? He did nothing wrong. Or are we going to sit and rot in jail like the J6ers? Hey, what's up, Dusty? This shit has got to stop. And I know the drops, and I know my audience is not going to understand this. I know the drops say no wars, no civil unrest, swift and clean. I know that. But see, a conservative man, a true conservative man, is just going to take this shit so far before we start pushing back. How far are you going to let this go? And if you keep dilly-dallying for the sake of a fucking movie that I'm not interested in being in, When's enough enough? And when am I allowed to fight back? Do peaceful protest? We seen how well that worked, right? Do lawfare? Well, you got to fucking have money to do that shit, Mr. President. This shit's enough. And Charlie Kirk was the turning point for me. And it's just not me. And you dumbass libtards. On these social media sites, dancing and celebrating the death of a patriot for nothing more than good old debate, which is a First Amendment right. You are doing the bidding of your father, the devil, who was a liar from the beginning. You really need to evaluate yourselves and see just how evil you sound to celebrate the death of another human being. You celebrate these rights, but only when it's convenient for you. Only when it applies in a convenient way for you. But God help us. God help us. If me, who thinks different than you, goes to practice my rights, now I'm an extremist. Now I'm a fascist. Now I'm a racist. You really got a twisted thought process, you weirdos on the left. What you keep retracting your message for, Dusty? This is the second time you did that. Say what you got to say, fella. And then this Ukrainian woman got her life snuffed out of her, with others on the bus just watching. I don't know about you, but me as a man, if I see somebody getting hurt like that, I gotta deal myself a hand in the card game. But these sick fucks who are just as sick as the sorry son of a bitch that stabbed her to death, you're just as sick for sitting there watching. Shame on you, you cowards. And if I'm not mistaken, there was men on that train, in that same car. I could never have respect for you. I don't understand. I don't comprehend a weak man. Where was your backbone at when this monster was stabbing a beautiful young lady to death? Where was your fucking backbone at? Grow a set of balls. Be a man about your business. On the question about the cops, if we're going to get in trouble or not. If it happens in front of me, I'm going to do what I got to do. My daddy taught me to be a man about my business. I'm going to do what I have to do. But I'll be damned if I let cuffs get put on me for doing the right thing. That's where I stand. And you libtards dancing and celebrating such a tragedy? Fuck off. If you got a problem with this country, get the fuck out. It's that simple. You know what the acronym KISS is, right? Keep it simple. You sorry, low-life motherfuckers. I had to wait this long. You think I'm going to fuck off now? I had to wait this long. After the fact, after the stories, to address it. Because I tell you what, both events put me in a killing mood. This is the greatest country in the world, in spite all our fucking troubles we're having right now. Still the greatest country in the world. Hey, what's up, hillbilly? And we act like we're a fucking third world country. All these fucking animals being set loose to hurt, maim, kill, and steal. And you libtards don't see nothing wrong with that. And you know what? There's a time not too long ago when I used to think, and I even said it on a chat once on a podcast. You know what, Mr. President? Just give them a state or two and let them all move, make them all move to them states. Designate them libtard country. And then all the illegals, let them have them to pay taxes to feed and house and have fun and all that shit on taxpayer dimes, on libtard taxpayer dimes. But then I thought about that. No. Americans, we want it all back. It belongs to us. There's no room here for commies. None. And I'm not in some fancy studio. This is the real deal right here. I wish a motherfucker would to me and fuck around and find out. You sick motherfuckers. You sick motherfuckers. You need help. Mr. President, I know what's going on and I know what you're trying to do. With the exception of back in the blue, I can't agree with you there. But you do what you gotta do. Do it quickly. Because we're falling apart at the seams. And me and a million others like me, redneck as fucking pissed. We're ready to do the unthinkable. Fuck the movie. Fuck the popcorn. The shit is getting too real. And God help these animals. If any harm comes to me and mine. But you know what? When you hurt one of my countrymen, it's the same as you done it to me. How you feel about that, Mr. President? But we need to go through with this fucking movie though, right? I'm here to tell you, we're taking our country back. And you men, stand the fuck up. Our forefathers are flipping over in their graves right now. Some of you men talk brave. But it's easy to be brave on social media. I ain't in a damn air-conditioned fucking studio with fancy equipment. I'm on a fucking phone. I'm the real deal. And I'm pissed. And I wish a motherfucker would. I'm done. Like. Thank you for the ones in here. Thank you for my subscribers. Help me grow this channel. I get to 200. I'll ask my boss for a $40 leave. I'll go way out in the woods somewhere and we'll do some survival shit. No shelter building. Medicinal plant identification, tracking. Tracking's fun to learn. We'll do some snares and traps, some friction fires. Help me get to that 200. Not because I want my name out there, not because I want some big fancy shit or any of that. But if I got 200 people on here, that means 200 people are going to hear the truth. If I get 500 people on here, that means 500 people are going to hear the truth. Not sugared or watered down. As straight as I can give it to you. This country is fucked right now, but we need to, it's time to take it back. In our military, I know you're waiting for some signal, but here's a signal. Shit or get. Either do it or step aside. Do it or step aside. Because enough's enough. I've had my belly full. Enough's enough. This country was fought for by patriots. It belongs to patriots. It's going to be kept by patriots. I'm going to get off here. I've been jawing too long. More than I like to. But this shit needed said. Y'all have a good day. Patriot Redneck out.